Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we are back with Project Motor Racing, and I gotta tell you guys, I've been playing the game more since the last video, and I have to apologize because it's not that the game is bad. It's not that the game is it's difficult. It is difficult, but this is a lot more sim, and the problem is, I think I was going into this driving more like this was Gran Turismo 7 instead of more of a sim title. Now, I will say that I still think the handling model in LMU and ACC are better. And, you know, maybe better isn't even the right term. Maybe it's just the handling that I prefer, right? Because look it, I've never driven a race car in my life. I've only driven the cars that I've owned that are everyday drivers, right? And none of them are even close to being track ready. So I have no idea how a race car handles. All I can say is, you know, the games I play and what I like in handling. ACC, I like the handling in that. Le Mans Ultimate, I really like the handling in that. And it's not because, I'm not saying it's easy, it's difficult, you have to learn it, but the car just feels, I don't know how to explain it, it just feels right. Like, even if you've never driven a race car, you have driven a car, and just the way that the tires grip, the way the car reacts, and stuff like that, they just feel right. This, however, feels different to them. And I will say this, unless you're used to these games playing with a lot of different cars, you're going to have to learn how to drive each one of these cars. They do not all drive the same at all. So today we're going to be doing a race around Monza. It's not Monza, it's Brianza. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. I don't even know if this is Monza. It looks like it, but then again, it doesn't. So if anybody knows what's up with Brianza, let me know in the comments, because I have no idea. I'm assuming it's Monza though. So we're going to be driving in the Mazda. Now, I do have one huge gripe about this game, and you know, I apologize, but I have to be honest. The developer said that this game on console would be identical to PC, and it's not, because we are only allowed 15 opponents at a time during a race, and that's, I'm pretty sure that's either online or AI. AI, it's only 15. PC, it's 30, and you know what? I'm just gonna say it. It's complete bullshit. We have NASCAR 25 that just came out that has a 40-car grid. We have Assetto Corsa Competizione when it got the next-gen upgrade for PS5 and Xbox Series S and X. We can have 30 cars on the grid. You know, GT7 was made for PS4 and PS5, so I can understand why that's limited. But even that has, what, 20 cars on the grid? So the fact that we can only race 15 cars is total bullshit in my eyes. You know, we are in a whole new gen. Everything's getting more powerful. Other games can do it. Why this game chose to limit us at 15, man, I really just don't understand it. And you know, I just think that that's a load of shit. It has nothing to do with the system. And you know what, these developers, they can just stop with that, because we have games that are showing them what these systems can do, and these developers still decide to hold back the console gamers for absolutely no reason that I can come up with. So, you know, I don't know. You know, maybe I'm being too harsh, but you know, I just think 15 opponents in a racing game in this day and age is just unacceptable. They could have bumped that up to 20. They could have easily bumped it up to 30. You know, I don't understand the whole thought process behind that. We are going to change a few things though. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The AI for me is really hard in this game. The default AI is set around like 70 or 75. There's no way in hell that I can have fun at at those levels. 50 was beyond me. So I brought it down to 45. Hopefully that'll be a bit of a realistic place for me, for my skill levels. So we're going to take practice off because I've been driving around this course. Not great at it, but it is what it is. Also, guys, I'm going to try to talk and race. I'm not good at talking and racing. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna see what we could do, and I think I'm gonna do a shorter. Let's do a 10 lap. Ooh, let's start at a different time too. Start time 16. Let's do like at 19. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so let's go to the qualifying. Oh, another thing. I do have my clutch on because with this car, if you don't have the clutch on, it stalls. And I will show you guys that here. So right now, right, it's in neutral. And you can see I'm rubbing it. Now, if I put it in first gear, I just stalled the car. There, so put it back in neutral. And press the clutch, hit the gas. Now, if I do that, and if I got to put it in first gear, and we let out the clutch, because otherwise starts are horrible. And you know what? I actually kind of like it because I don't ever use the clutch in my car. I never use the clutch on my sim rig. Alright guys, so I actually decided to do a voiceover over this because I'm just no good at driving and talking in games like this. I'm much better with the NASCAR game for some reason. But in this game, like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is probably the third or fourth retry at the quality that I did. And it was because I was just making dumb mistakes because I was talking and driving at the same time. So, I should start out by saying that finally, at this moment, I have learned how to drive this car. And I learned that is a big thing about this game. You have to learn to drive the car that you're in. So, don't be afraid to take extra practice time. Again, you know what, unless you guys are, you know, experts at playing sim racing titles and you guys are used to driving all the cars that are in the game, then you're probably just going to need to familiarize yourself with it somewhat. But if you're a novice like me, take more time to practice in the car, because the big issue that I discovered is that all these cars drive very, very differently, and you need to learn how to drive them. So with the Mazda, I found out that the braking was my biggest issue. You can brake hard for a point before your brakes lock up on you, which is to be expected. But you also need to downshift fairly quickly. So what I found out is that it's similar to driving the LMP cars in Le Mans Ultimate when they don't have any ABS on. And like silly me, this car has ABS, but it's only set at 3. So there's not a whole hell of a lot of ABS going on with this car.
You're on the clock now. This lap is counting.
This, I believe, is the lap that counts. We were in our out lap when we first started, so this is the lap that we're counting, and the results absolutely shocked me. I am going to say that I really need to figure out the AI in this game. Because it's not It's not the AI, guys. It's me. It's me. Big surprise, right? Big shocker.
One minute remaining in the session.
So as you can see, we're getting around the track fairly well. We're not doing too bad. I mean, we're not going to set any records by other content creator standards or anything like that. But I was getting a nice feel for the car, and these chicanes, I was taking them much more smoothly. And that's the other thing I realized with this car, and I think it's probably going to be every vehicle in this game is about smooth steering, smooth inputs, smooth accelerators, smooth gas, smooth brakes. Everything needs to be smooth. And the funny thing is, the engineer actually did tell me that, not in this situation, but another time with another car I was in, he was like, "You're getting too hard on the brakes." So I should have listened. We're about to cross the checkered line here. And we came in P1, and oddly enough, we stayed in P1. And as you can see, the expression on my face, I was quite shocked. Okay, guys, so really quick. I'm not really sure what happened. I've just been practicing. So I qualified in P1. I'm still at 45 for the AI. So I really don't know what to say to that. I don't think I'm going to end the race in P1, but let's get on with the race, shall we? In reality, I may not end up in P1 because we're still not done.
You've got pole position. Outstanding lap.
Never mind.
Get ready.
All right, so we're starting the race, and I'm not gonna lie, this catches me off guard. I don't really understand this. So I got the clutch pressed, I got it in first gear, and we go. And as you can see, the expression on my face, I thought we jumped to start, but we didn't get a penalty. I don't really know what happened. I don't know why I thought I jumped to start. I was waiting for the 3 green lights, and we never got them. And I just went, and it felt like I jumped to start. So I ended up getting in first place, but I didn't want to win the race that way because I felt like I cheated the system or something. So I quit this race, and I actually restarted it because, like I said, I felt like I jumped to start, but in fact I didn't. So let's get to the real race, if you will. All right, so this is the race that we choose, and this time we totally screw up the start. So yeah, I started again. So I just want to show you guys some of this because it was a lot. It took a lot for me to record this video. There's a lot that you didn't see. So I left that in a little bit. So get ready. There we go again. And I didn't jump to start because in another restart attempt, I did jump to start, and I got a 15-second penalty for that. And I said, you know what? Nope, we're going to restart. So this is the final restart, and this is the final race, guys. So we need to work on the starts. The starts are not easy. I'm not used to starting using a clutch. I did that for a little bit in the F1 games, but then I got I got done with the F1 games. I wasn't playing anymore. I was playing other things on the channel. So yeah, now I'm really rusty with that. I got to get better with it. But it's okay because I wanted to show off the AI at least a little bit in this game. I don't want to be in first place. I'm really shocked that I'm in first place as it was. So I definitely realize that it's not the AI. The AI is now set way too low. If I'm qualifying in P1, that is not where the AI should be for me. And right now, I'm catching up to these guys fairly quickly. That's something that I have to work on. If you go into the inside of the AI like that, they will spin you. So you have to be careful. They're not going to back out. They're not going to back out. So in the Discord, they have said that they are aware of some issues with the AI. But we need to remember something. I am actually playing this early. This game comes out on November the 25th. I'm playing this on the 21st and the 22nd. No. Yes, the 21st into the 22nd. Because I am recording this rather late at night now, early in the morning. So, yeah, this is, by no means, this isn't the first patch or anything like that. So they do know, they are aware of some things. There's some things with the penalty system that really sucks in this game. For instance, again, I think I mentioned this earlier, but if I didn't, I'll mention it again. If you get pushed off the track, you get a penalty for track boundaries. I don't know why. And I gotta say, in most of these sim racing titles, the penalty system is a joke. It's like regardless of who hits who, you get the penalty, or you both get the penalty. Like, oh, he ran into me, but I get a penalty. Why? It doesn't make any sense. That's not how it works in the real life. In the real world. Okay, so unfortunately, I wish I could say there was a lot of excitement in here, but this is 10 laps. And it's basically 10 laps of me by myself because, and I think I do say this after the race, but again, with the AI, once you get in the lead and you start to make headway, they kind of just don't care about you. They don't. It doesn't seem like they try to fight you, or I have the AI set so damn low that they can't catch me. I mean, that could be. 45 is really low, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was really pissed off that I had to set the AI that low. Like I'm not good at these games, but I'm not AI 45 bad. On NASCAR 25, I'm playing on what? Like 78? Or somewhere around there? I don't know what I'm playing on that game. I think it's somewhere around there. So having to lower the AI to this game this low really kind of hurt my feelings. I'm not going to lie. Because like I said, I know I'm not great, but goddamn. 45? But then once I got familiar with the track and more importantly familiar with the car and everything started feeling right, I realized I made a mistake that I shouldn't have lowered the the AI. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip ahead to the last lap, and then I will be talking to you live in the game, I guess, if you want to call it that. All right, so I don't know what the hell happened, but we won the race. Well, actually, I do know what happened, and we'll talk about that in a second. We came in first. We're British. I don't know why we're British. Is it because of the car we're driving? No, these are all Mazdas. I don't know why we're British. Okay, so Jake Hodges came in second. Eli Walton came in third. All right. So let's go to menu switch.
Incredible job today.
Okay.
Thanks for the big effort.
All right, let's finish the weekend. Go to the main menu. That's it. Okay. Yep, we can do that. All right. What happened there is something that happens in a lot of these racing games. It happens in NASCAR 25 as well. It seems like once you get in the lead, the AI just no longer tries to fight with you, and I lost them quick. And I don't really understand what's going on because I did this race several times, and I sucked. I totally sucked. And then I started. I just practiced more. Believe me, guys, the amount of footage that you didn't see of me keep restarting and restarting because I was getting spun out and I was making stupid mistakes. It was unbelievable. Yeah, so 45 AI now I think is way too low. I think if I practice the tracks and I get to learn the tracks, I don't think it has anything to do with AI. I think it really just has to do with me not knowing the track because once I started feeling comfortable with the track and more importantly, comfortable with the car, I will say this is one of those games where you really need to practice with your car, get to know the car, figure out how to drive the car. They all drive differently. This one here, once I figured out the braking situation, once I figured out that you can to brake hard then let off. If you just brake hard and keep braking hard, you lose control. The brakes lock up, so you have to brake hard then let off, then soften up, and then downshift quick. So it's very much like the LMP3 cars in LMU. You want to brake hard and downshift quick, and then once you get into like third and second gear, you want to be braking less. So that's what I figured out with this Mazda. I had no intention of winning the race. I kept fiddling with the AI, and I couldn't believe I came in first in qualifying at the AI set at 45. So at the end of this video, I can say I had a lot of fun with it. It's just it's a game that has a learning curve. So I think that I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say that the cars feel weird anymore. This car felt a lot better. I think compared to other racing sims I've played, the cars feel weird. But once you get used to it, once you get comfortable with it, it's not bad. It feels fine. You feel comfortable with the car, and there's less surprises because the first time I played the game, the issue was I felt like the car was unpredictable, like Project Cars 2. But in reality, I just didn't know how to drive the car, which I don't know how to explain it, but it's so much different in LMU and ACC compared to this game. LMU, of course, the GT3 cars are different than the hypercars and the LMP3s. But the LMP3s and the hypercars, they're not so different. Like, they're not completely unmanageable. You can figure it out. With this game, it's like a completely different animal. I don't know how to explain it. If you guys get the game, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. But this was actually a good experience. I did have fun with this. I think if I play it more, if I practice more, if I get used to the tracks, I'm going to have to take a lot of time and learn these tracks, how to get around these tracks. So I don't have to worry about figuring out the braking zones and stuff like that during the race. And I think I'll do much better. So now I'm actually pretty excited to get into the career mode of this game. All right, guys, so that's where we're going to end this one. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.